Hello friends, in these episodes we are looking at one of the important aspects of the secondary effects of the earthquakes. One of the important effects which is secondary is the tsunami. In the last episode we have defined some of the terms related to tsunami. We have seen the tsunamis happening in the past, some of its history and the socio-economic aspects. Now in this episode we will take the example of the Sumatra earthquake which generated the tsunami. The Sumatra earthquake, which happened on December 26 in 2004, is the fourth largest earthquake in this world. This earthquake is the largest after 1964. The other earthquakes which were having the magnitude more than 9 were Kamchatka earthquake of 1952, Andrianov Island earthquake of 1957, Chile earthquake of 1960, and the latest was Prince William Sound earthquake in 1964. The magnitude of all of them was more than 9, and so was with the case of Sumatra earthquake. We will see some of the seismological aspects first of the Sumatra earthquake, and then we will see the damage caused by the tsunami due to this earthquake on the coastal areas of India. The earthquake itself caused lot of damage in Indonesia, Sumatra and the coastal parts of India, particularly the Andaman and Nicobar. Now we will see the cause of this earthquake. This is a tectonic earthquake which happened because of the plate motions. In a period of minutes, the lot of strain energy accumulated over centuries was released at the interface of Indian and Burmese plate. The Indian plate is subducting under the Burmese plate, and the motion of these plates in the area of earthquake is more than 60 millimeter per year. If we see the aftershocks of this earthquake, then we will find them to be occurring more than 1300 kilometers in the northern direction from the origin of this earthquake. This means that the volume which participated in this earthquake was having a dimension more than 1000 kilometers. Based on the data recorded by several stations around the world, the dimensions of the source was also estimated. The seismic moment of this earthquake was estimated to be 3.57 into 10 to the power 29 centimeters. The total duration of the rupture was more than 200 seconds. The slip on this rupture plane was maximum of about 20 meters. If we see the seismicity in the past, this figure shows the earthquake occurrence between 1900 to 2004. Now let us see the damage caused by the Sumatra earthquake tsunami on the coastal region of the Indian territory. A team from Department of Earthquake Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, including myself, Dr. J.P. Narayan and Dr. B.K. Maheshwari, visited the coastal region of Indian territory to assess the damage caused by tsunami from Sumatra earthquake. The main objective of the team was to assess the damage in terms of structural damage, the geotechnical aspects of it, and then to measure the run-up and the inundation to assign the tsunami intensity at the coastal region. This intensity may be used in future for mitigation and management purpose from tsunami damage. This figure shows the places visited for the damages. We will be visiting the places starting from Chennai. The worst hit areas were the Srinivasapuri and the Marina Beach. Most of the people, when they were having the morning walk at around 8 o'clock, the tsunami hit the coastal region. One of the historical monument known as Anna Park was also destroyed by tsunami. The boundary wall was totally damaged. The marketplace on the Marina Beach lost all the shops and they were washed away. The area shown in the photograph was not supposed to have any of the boats. It's a boat-free area, and these all boats which are shown here, they were dragged and thrown by the tsunami in this area. After Chennai, the next area visited was the Pondicherry. The first village we could see was the Kuddukuppam. No deaths were reported from this area. The inundation was about 500 meters. To measure the inundation and the run-up, we used GPS, Global Positioning System. This handheld GPS could give us the accuracy of around 10 meters. In this village, the boundary wall was totally washed away. This house can be seen where total damage was there. There was a temple. The reinforced cement concrete can be seen. The detailing of the structure shows that it was well built. All the pillars were damaged and the roof of this building was found around 200 meters away from this temple. At the place Nagapattinam, lot of soil erosion could be seen. The road shown in the picture can be seen having lot of erosion. Some of the secondary damages could also be seen in this village. They were due to the boats which were thrown by the tsunami into the village. Even the damages could be seen in the well-built masonry houses. Now we are moving towards more damaged areas. The next area visited was from Kodalur to Karaikal. One of the striking things here was the luxury beach in Devanam Kuppam observed lot of damage. The leaning tower and the displaced roof of this tower shows the force of the tsunami in this area. The fallen roof of the police station near the luxury beach shows that the tsunami height was much more than this house. Some of the villages were totally washed out, as can be seen in these pictures. Now we move to the most damaged area due to tsunami, and that is the Nagapattinam. The damage in this area can be attributed to the following reasons. One of the reasons was the high amplitude of tsunami waves. The second may be the direct hit of incident tsunami waves and the constructive superposition of tsunami waves with the diffracted waves from Sri Lankan island. This can be seen in this picture. One of the reasons why the damage was more was the absence of the break wall. It was a low-lying area and unfortunately the time was for the high tide. And these reasons coming together were responsible for a damage of intensity 10 in this area. We have already seen the intensity 10 in the last episode. Even the railway tracks, they were bent. The height of the tsunami waves can be judged from the displaced hatched roofs. Here you can see that there are many marks which shows that the tsunami height was much more than these houses. The next place visited was the Velangana city. This city is famous for its churches. One of the famous church there in the Velangana city can be seen in this photograph. Celebrations were going on for the 25th December, the Christmas day. The market near to the church was totally washed away. The team also visited the place known as Dhanushkodi. This is the last point towards Sri Lanka. This area was badly damaged in cyclone in 1964. Basically, this area divides the Gulf of Mannar to the Palk Bay. The waves from both the sides were observed, but the height was less than half a meter. Since the population in this area is very thin, no damage to any structure or hut was seen or reported. After crossing the Ramanathapuram towards Kanyakumari, we also visited some of the harbors. One of the famous harbor in this area is the Tuticorin. This harbor is mainly used by the oil and coal industries. About 5 kilometer long jetties are there to import and export oil and coal. The area is enclosed so that the ships in the harbor can be anchored in calm waters. No damage was observed as reported by the deputy chairman of the harbor. The last sector for the damage survey was from Kanyakumari to Thiruvananthapuram. This was the west coast for the tsunami damage. The Kanyakumari was one of the worst hit areas. This is the area where the Gulf of Mannar, the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea meets. The damage was more from the waves traveling from Arabian Sea side on the west coastal line. On the eastern side, the villages Lebraham Kupam experienced little damage, while the villages which were on the western side, they experienced a lot of damage. One of the fishing harbor at Nagapattinam also observed some of the damages. 2 of the ships, they were sunk, although it was not clear from the interviews by the team whether they were from the tsunami or they were earlier sunk. The next harbor was the Kanyakumari harbor itself. This harbor is used to transfer the passengers from the Kanyakumari coast to the Vivekananda Rock. In the morning, people were surprised to see no water between the coast and the Vivekananda Rock. This was happening for the first time in their life. You can see some of the people running on the sea surface. This was the time at which the water receded, and then it came suddenly in form of tsunami, causing the damage. People were unaware of it. The force of the tsunami can be judged at the place known as Melamanakutty and Kilamanakutty. These two villages are on the east and west side of the river Palyar. The remains of the bridge shown in the figure were due to the tsunami. This bridge was having 4 decks. Each of the deck was around 25 meters. During the tsunami, 2 of the decks were taken away into the sea. 2 could be located on the side of the river Palyar. These are some of the low-lying areas of the western coast where there was no break wall. Lot of damage was observed to the construction here. The roof of this house was displaced for more than 20 meters on the other side of the road. As we have seen in the last episode, the tsunami intensity was assigned to these places based on the run-up, the inundation, the damage, the interview in which the people, they talked about the experiences and the changes in the coastal line. This table shows the intensities assigned to the places between Chennai and Thiruvananthapuram. Some of these long return period disasters, they prove that we should also consider them while doing the mitigation and management for the natural disasters. There is a small difference in the mitigation of tsunami and the earthquakes. The tsunamis, they give us lot of lead time to issue the warning. And this is the property which should be used for the tsunami warning systems. In this episode, we have seen the seismological effects of Sumatra earthquake. This was the 4th largest earthquake which has generated large tsunamis on the coastal areas. These tsunamis, they affected not only the Indian Ocean but also the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. All the countries in South Asia and East Africa were affected. One of the things which is important in tsunamis is that it gives lot of lead time to get prepared for it and then go away from the coastal areas, since there is a lot of difference in the velocity of the earthquake waves and the tsunamis. We take advantage of this and then go for the warning systems in the coastal areas to mitigate the effect of tsunamis. In the next episode, we will see the warning system deployed in the world, particularly around Pacific, and the endeavor of Indian government in deploying such system.